Welcome to my next UFC predictions video as we have UFC 316 taking place this Saturday, June 7th. Just getting my predictions for the main card. And remember, as always, that the card is subject to change. Now, before I get into my predictions, just want to cover a few things. If you're a fan of the UFC, which I hope you are, you're watching this predictions video, and like prediction videos as well as fight reaction videos, and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you hammer fist that like button. It does help out the channel. Share the video with a friend that likes the UFC or MMA in general. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms, especially MySpace, because everybody these days uses MySpace. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are regarding my predictions of UFC 316. Any predictions that you have of your own, any future fights that you want to see, any future fight predictions, favorite fighters, favorite fights, anything that you want to put, make sure you put that in the comment section. And I do react to fights, obviously. At the end of this video, I'll put some of my fight reactions from 2025 that I've done. I don't know if I'm ordering this card. Going into my research for the card, I was 90% no. Now doing my research and knowing all the fights that are on the main card, I'm like 60-40. 60% no, 40% yes. Money is a little tight at the moment. Now, going into late June, I won't have a problem. But right now, things are tight until this Friday, actually. So I guess I could order the card Friday, but I would have to spend $10 extra. So we'll see. At the moment, I'm leading no, but I will probably change my mind. Don't quote me on that, but I think I'll probably change my mind and end up ordering it, although I'd like to order it within the next 24 hours. But I do react to fights most of the time, so if you want to see any great fights, I have a playlist of fight reactions that I've done. Again, I'll put some at the end of this video with about 20 seconds left, fights that have happened in 2025, as well as I'll put my fight reaction highlight reel of 2024 in the right up there in case you want to see all the great fight reactions that I did in 2024. Just the highlights. There's a couple fights that I put more footage than I intended to because of editing issues the day I was editing, but regardless of that. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100K subscribers. Yes, I know I set my goals high. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV. So looking at this main card, I think it's a good main card. I just don't like the main event. I don't want to pay money for a main event that wasn't that entertaining last time. But kicking things off in the welterweight division, we have Vicente Luque facing Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland is going to go for the weight cut again and try to beat up these welterweights. I think it's a good fight. Luque, he's a good fighter. He was known for his craziness and more striking back in the day. But now he's become more of a grappler, going for submissions. Not saying that's what 100% he will do, but it's a different Vicente Luque than what I'm used to seeing. Now, there was a fight that he had a couple fights ago where like he gave up really quick. I can't remember who it was against now. I want to say Joaquin Buckley. Where like what was up with him? I thought he was done after that fight, but then now he's come back and won a few fights. So Kevin Holland, really entertaining fighter, although wrestlers give him a hard time sometimes, but he'll do a lot of talking. He's long, 6'3". He's enormous for the division at 6'3". A really long reach of 81-inch reach advantage. So he's going to have Luque there, and he does have an age advantage in terms of he's a year younger. I don't know if it's exactly a year, but he's 32. Luque's 33. I think Kevin Holland's going to pull this one off, and I think he's going to knock out Vicente Luque. I could see Luque winning this fight if he wants to wrestle and go for submissions and stuff, which that might be what he does. But I just have a feeling that Holland is going to win the fight, and Holland currently is the betting favorite, but those lines could change. In the Bantamweight division, we have Mario Bautista versus Patchy Mix. Now, I've never seen Patchy Mix fight. I just watched a highlight film of him, but that was only like 4 minutes of footage. And we know Mario Bautista, what he likes to do is he likes to push people up against the cage and not really take anybody down against, what he did against Jose Aldo, which if I were Jose Aldo, I'd be mad too, because that was just boring technique. Didn't really do anything. Batista, that's what he's probably going to try to do. But Patchy Mix, watching what I saw of him, he's like a lighter version of Charles Oliveira from what I'm seeing right now. He's good at grappling. He's good at submissions. He is more, I think, ruthless with takedowns. Now, I didn't see a lot of footage on him, so that might be just one highlight or two highlights that I saw, but I feel like he's a little bit more powerful with takedowns, where Oliveira is kind of like slow at takedowns, but good at the submission and the switching positions. But I hope Patchy Mix destroys Mario Bautista, because we don't need somebody that boring fighting for a title, which he's close to a title shot at this point. He's won a bunch of fights here, and he's got a good record. So I think Patchy Mix is going to win simply because he's a beast from what I've seen. But if Batista wins, that will upset me. And currently, Mario Bautista is actually the favorite. So I'm going to go with the newest member of the UFC. Well, he might not be the newest anymore, but he was at one point a month ago or whatever it was, from Bellator, the former Bellator champ, Patchy Mix. I'm predicting to win this fight. Next up in the middleweight division, we have Joe Pfeiffer versus Kelvin Gastelum. If this fight happens, if Kelvin Gastelum makes weight, which sometimes is a challenge, although this isn't welterweight, this is middleweight, so it should be easier, hypothetically. I'm not really impressed with this fight. Kelvin Gastelum hasn't really done much lately, in my opinion. I think he's had one good fight out of the last 4 or 5 fights. I mean, he could win. He's short. He's got a 71-inch reach versus a 75. We know that Joe Pfeiffer apparently has like a lot of power. He's registered the highest score, I believe, at one point, or if he still has on that punching machine thing or punching thing. I can't remember what it's called, which we've seen Alex Pereira and other people do as well. But Joe Pfeiffer, I'm not really sold on him as well. I feel like this should be the fight night main event, if even. But I'm going to predict Joe Pfeiffer to win if this fight happens. Kelvin Gastelum, I feel like, isn't that great and is overrated. I know that's a hot take. He's good at times, but I don't know. I'm just going to pick Joe Pfeiffer to win because I really don't like Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum got lucky on The Ultimate Fighter. He fought Uriah Hall. He has the same tool in his tool belt. Uriah Hall had a million tools in his tool belt and didn't know which one to use, and Kelvin Gastelum just uses the same one over and over again. And I don't know. I just think that Joe Pfeiffer is going to win this fight, but I really don't care about it. It should be the fight night main event, or the prelim main event, in my opinion. And then in the co-main event of the evening in the women's bantamweight division, we have the champion, Juliana Pena, versus the champion. No, I'm sorry, the champion, Juliana Pena, versus the challenger, Kayla Harrison. You know, I'm not really sold on Kayla Harrison. I haven't been really impressed on what I've seen from her already. I like Juliana Pena. I'm well aware that she got lucky in the fight against Raquel Pennington. Yeah, she might have got lucky, but hey, the judges gave her the fight. It is what it is. She's beaten Amanda Nunes before. She took a lot of power from Amanda Nunes, got dominated, well, not dominated, but lost the first round. Amanda was teeing off on her in the second round, and then Amanda Nunes ran out of gas. And we're not going to talk about Amanda Nunes. Well, I guess we have to talk about Amanda Nunes. The UFC would probably obviously want Kayla Harrison to win this fight, but they also could do a trilogy fight between Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena. If Amanda Nunes comes back, which it sounds like Amanda Nunes is coming back, at least for one more fight, probably taking on the winner of this fight. We know that Kayla Harrison is massive. Her weight cut's got to be very difficult, and maybe she won't even make the weight cut because she's got to weigh 135 and nothing over 135. She can't be 136, and sometimes that extra pound is hard to cut. I don't know. I mean, Juliana's going to have the reach advantage by 3 inches, 69-inch reach to 66-inch reach. I think Juliana Pena is a dog, and she's a lot more entertaining than some women on the microphone. And I don't know. I'm very conflicted on this fight because right now Kayla Harrison is a huge favorite. And I know that Juliana Pena got lucky against Raquel Pennington. I thought Juliana won the fight. I haven't rewatched it, and maybe I just missed something. Like, I thought a round or two were close, and Juliana won one round really decisively. But maybe I missed something. And, reacting to fights sometimes doesn't, make me, notice everything and keep score in my head as well as I should. So, I'm going to pick Kayla Harrison to win, although I want to pick Juliana Pena to win because I just think she's a better fighter. I mean, that's ridiculous to say because Kayla Harrison is awesome, but I just haven't been really impressed with anything that I've seen with her in the 2 fights that she's had against Holly Holm and Ketlin Vieira. I mean, Holly Holm going on her way out, old fighter when she fought her at UFC, was it UFC 300? And then Ketlin Vieira, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't very impressed. She had a difficult time with her. But I'll pick Kayla Harrison because she's the younger fighter by like a year or less. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. The winner will probably face the GOAT of the female divisions, all divisions, Amanda Nunes, and I'm going to pick Kayla Harrison to win this fight. But wouldn't be surprised if Juliana Pena won the fight. And then in our main event of the evening for the men's Bantamweight Championship, we have the champion Merab Dvalishvili versus the former champion Sugar Sean O'Malley. Their first fight wasn't that great. Merab pretty much dominated it. O'Malley didn't do anything really that impressive in that fight, and apparently there's an injury that he had, and he had to have like something fixed after the fight. I don't know what more he can do. I know O'Malley has obviously knockout power. Merab, though, like Merab just keeps on winning. He's just a machine. He's got a broken toe or whatever, and he's going to still fight, assuming this fight happens, which we're, less than a week out. I don't know. The original fight, I was predicting Sean O'Malley to win, and then, of course, Merab won, and O'Malley didn't do anything that impressive. So I'm going to pick Merab Dvalishvili to win this fight, simply because I think he's just too much, and I'd rather have Merab face maybe Alexandre Pantoja, if Pantoja can get through Kai Kara France and maybe move up to have a different person for Merab to fight. But we'll see what happens. I could see Sugar Sean winning this fight too, and I would, obviously the UFC, I think a million people would like that. Merab is kind of funny at times, but he is really annoying. But I just see him beating O'Malley. I don't know if O'Malley can stop the constant pressure and Merab's never-ending cardio that seems to just keep going and going and going. So I'm picking Merab Dvalishvili to retain the men's Bantamweight Championship. But I would be happy if Sugar Sean O'Malley won. But then we'll have a trilogy fight, most likely, which then we'll have to see this fight again. So those are my predictions for UFC 316. Remember to potentially come back to this channel if I do end up ordering the card, which I'm 60% a no right now, just because funds are a little tight until Friday, which I could order it Friday and I'd have to pay $10 extra. So maybe that's what I end up doing. We'll see. Come back to the channel for any future. I'll be definitely ordering UFC 317, and I'll be ordering the Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis fight. I don't know about the Poirier versus Holloway 3 fight. Well, I like that fight. I don't like any other fights currently on that card. Like, I don't want to pay $70 to $80 or $75 to $85 to watch that card. So we shall see. But again, if you're a fan of the UFC and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you hammer fist that like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on my predictions, future fights, your predictions, future fights you want to see, future fight predictions, anything you got to say, leave it in the comment section. Watch my 2024 UFC fight reaction highlight reel right there. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100K subscribers. Join the team. Show your damn support and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.